What's up, YouTube? I'm doing some preliminary stuff for my sound system. Got the trunk gutted. What I like to do is I like to get the wood pieces together first. So I made my measurements, you know, the width, height, and all the little angles and stuff. And I draw it out. That's for the back here. This is going to be for up here, which I'll probably have my amps mounted there like my other build. For this top board, to capture this curve, what I like to do is so I marked it beyond the light, 2.5, and I just marked it, and then what I'll do is I'll connect the dots, the Sharpie, like so, and then I could do my measurements from the middle. I could cut it in half, and mark it on my wood out there, so I can get this curve. It doesn't need to be perfect. You're not even going to be able to see it. There are many ways to do it, but this is the one I choose. I sort of divide and conquer. You know, I take the center line, split it in half, split it in half again, and I take measurements from the back to the front. And you see 24.5, 24, 23.5, 22, and then 20. And then I split those two, and what I'll do is I'll connect all these dots, make the cuts, and then I can sand it rounder if I need to. As you see, the lines are connected, and I'll go ahead and cut it out with the jigsaw. It was a bit of a pain to wrap it around here, so I simplified the design and made a straight cut, just about, because the paddles cover the empty spot anyway, so it will be unseen. As you see, the wood looks pretty good up in there. I'll probably cut a 1/4 inch off of the back so it'll clear this light in case I need to change the light. Okay, so what I like to do when I do audio installations is I like to line everything with, at least the baffle, with sound deadener. Right here I have Silness sound deadener. It's non-asphalt. Typically the asphalt ones are cheaper and they will disintegrate over time and smell. So I'm going to line. See, there's some points that are sticking out further than others. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill in the recessed parts first. I'm going to put multiple layers on here, and I will bring everything out flush. So that way, when the board sits against it, it's pretty much there's no gaps, and it's nice and tight. And then, okay, so as far as my base hole, the center piece comes out, right? It's made to just pop out like that. So what I'm gonna do, somebody already cut this. Somebody already hacked it up. So I'm gonna frame it with some wood and then run a port through there. And what I'm gonna do is I will probably shorten this, shorten it inside, and then wrap the vinyl around it, or the leather around it, so that way I could have this piece right here, and have it look nice instead of some wood stuff there. But actually, I don't know. I'm gonna put the seat back in and see if I could just frame this all out in wood. So I made another layer. I'll go ahead and glue them together. Glue them and clamp them. Got them both glued up. Time to sandwich them together. I went ahead and trimmed this to accommodate the extra thickness of the wood.
should fit in that channel there. So I took two 15-inch rings, glued them together, and then glued them to the board. Of course, I'm gonna have wood, another 5/8 taken up in here, and then what I'll do is I'll fill that in. Probably from this side, I'll fill it in. But this back side I'll carpet. I'll be able to mount it in the trunk. Now I'm gonna go ahead and make a wood bottom for. Here's the sub I'm gonna be using. It's an FI IB3 infinite baffle 15-inch sub.
So I have the baffle in place, I have holes drilled, and now I'm just putting screws with washers through. What up, YouTube? I'm in my trunk. No, I haven't been kidnapped. My amp board that's going on the roof of the trunk there is I'm marking where to make the holes, because the deck here, underneath of the deck here, there's dips, and I want to make sure I put the screws in the high spots, so I make sure I penetrate the metal through the board. And I have it flipped over because it's the same on both sides, and I'm going to tape and drill this side anyway. So, but that's what I'm doing here. I'm measuring these high spots, and I'm duplicating the locations there, so I can put the screws through and have this securely fastened to here, because the amps are going to be on this board and they're pretty heavy, so they'll be pulling quite a bit. So that's how I'm going to secure it. Painting them black, the heads will help them blend them with the carpet. It, like, takes nothing to do. Shooting the screws up in there. All the screws are in and hidden pretty well. I mean, you can still see them a little bit, but there's gonna be amps on top of here. There's gonna be there's gonna be 8 more screws in this deck, and so, you know, it's gonna be the screws screwing the amp to the wood, and they're a little bit longer, so they'll probably penetrate the metal as well. But it is starting.
I'm gonna change my amp mounting. I was gonna blow fans on the heat sinks and the face of the amps, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough. They're upside down. The sun beats on the top of this, of course. I think I'm gonna have to engineer a cooling solution. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably remove all these amps and take down that board. I have an idea, but I have to plan it out. So for now, I'll take all this stuff out.